let's talk about Annabella. But the first thing you need to know is that this was done on the test server, which has a lot of input lag, and due to that, you might be able to get better values than what is shown in this video. We also tested most of this using an average player stats who is maining Flame, especially for our star ascension. But once we reach 6 stars, we also tested stats similar to what Kawasa has on the live server. So Annabella is coming out July 11th around 10 p.m. Eastern, at least for my server, and Kawasa does plan to roll for her and max out her matrices. So if you would like to see how she competes on the live server, be sure to check them out over at Kawasa Gaming. But I want to go ahead and give a special thanks to Kawasa. You already know to check them out over there at Kawasa Gaming, especially if you're looking for those FC or raid carries if you're on Solaris, and Kazor, my Claudia matrice expert. These two are essential in helping me test out these characters. And I want to give a shout out to Ridley, best Discord moderator, who helps keep me on track. So let's go ahead and talk about the playstyle, which it is a very simple playstyle. All you're doing is making sure you have a Lin filled up and you have those mastery stacks up using Ruby matrices. But apart from that, you're simply just spamming Annabella's dodge attacks for high damage. Using this playstyle will provide you with self-healing if you have Annabella at 3-star, lots of AoE and shatter damage, and you also get iframes while you're dodging, making this a great unit to add to your flame team. So let's go ahead and talk about our ascension levels, and I'm going to be showing the CN values because they asked us not to show what ascension she has on the test server due to the fact that they might change before they hit the live server. So I want to go ahead and state that Annabella is very good at 0 stars, but let's go ahead and take a look at her 1-star. So her 1-star is more quality of life. It basically slows down the enemy and it gives a minor damage increase, so it's something that you don't really need to necessarily go for. Now let's take a look at her 3-star. Her 3-star is also kind of around that quality of life, but if you are approaching 100% crit rate, that's when this can be more effective. So in the future, this ascension could actually be pretty good. Now let's talk about her best ascension, which would be her 5-star. The main reason being is now you're able to use gas bullets, which allows you to ignore 30% of the target's resistance, which greatly increases your damage. It also increases your scorching damage for burn by 30% as well. And due to how the cactus works, we weren't able to test out the max damage potential for gas comp. And 6-star is a minor damage increase. And here's the time difference between each comp using Kawasa's live numbers to kill Apophis in clear Frontier Clash Hard. Alright, now let's get to the fun part, the DPS calculations, and this is what we're working with. 10k crit and over 20,000 flame attack to simulate someone who is maining the flame element. So the O comp consisted of Lin, Ruby, and Cobalt, with Lin using a 3-star 4-piece Lin, Ruby using a 3-star 4-piece Ruby, and Cobalt using a 3-star 4-piece Claudia. And their max damage was 43 million in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now for the Annabella comp, which consisted of Lin, Ruby, and Annabella, with Lin using a 3-star 4-piece Lin, Ruby using a 3-star 4-piece Ruby, and Annabella was tested all the way from her 0-star with no matrices all the way up to her 6-star with her 3-star matrices. We also tested 3-star 2-piece Shiro and 3-star 2-piece Samir. So here are the results of the Annabella comp in 1 minute and 30 seconds. 0-star Annabella was able to pull out 32 million. With her 0-star 4-piece, she was able to pull out 38 million. And with a 3-star 2-piece Shiro, 3-star 2-piece Samir, she was able to pull out 46 million, already beating what the O comp was able to do. 1-star Annabella was able to pull out 33 million, with her 0-star 4-piece, 39 million, and with a 3-star 2-piece Shiro, 3-star 2-piece Samir, 50 million. 3-star Annabella was able to pull out 34 million, with her 0-star 4-piece, 40 million, and with a 3-star 2-piece Shiro, 3-star 2-piece Samir, 52 million. 5-star Annabella was able to pull out 36 million, with her 0-star 4-piece, 43 million, and with a 3-star 2-piece Shiro, 3-star 2-piece Amir, 55 million. 6-star Annabella was able to pull out 37 million, with her 0-star 4-piece, 45 million, and with a 3-star 2-piece Shiro, 3-star 2-piece Amir, 57 million. But with her 3-star 4-piece matrices, she was able to pull out 60 million. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at what Annabella can do with Kawasa's live numbers, but with a little extra crit. crit. So for the crit, we're going to have 15,000, and for the flame attack, we're going to have over 25,000. So 6-star Annabella with her 3-star 4-piece matrices, she was able to pull out 80 million. And to simulate the gas comp using burn bullets, we went ahead and pumped it up to a 100% crit rate, and she was able to pull out 87 million. But 6-star Annabella with her 3-star 4-piece matrices using gas bullets with a 100% crit rate was only able to pull out 70 million. So you can see how you can't get the full max potential for gas comp using the cactus. And here is the 30-second rotation. So we went ahead and decided to do some DPS calculations on some free-to-play / low spender teams. Now this is using the max star level and matrices of each character so you can see the max potential of each team. Also, since we can't lower down stars in the test server. And we use the stats from the average player. So starting out with Annabella, Lin, and Zero. With Annabella using a 3-star 2-piece Crow, 3-star 2-piece Samir, Lin using a 3-star 4-piece Shiro, and Zero using a 3-star 4-piece Zero. And their max damage in a minute and 30 seconds was 24 million. And here is the 15-second rotation. Next, we have Annabella, Lin, and King. Annabella using a 3-star 2-piece Crow, 3-star 2-piece Samir, Lin using a 3-star 4-piece Shiro, and King using a 3-star 2-piece Shiro, 3-star 2-piece King. And their max damage in a minute and 30 seconds was 27 million. And here is the 15-second rotation. Then going completely standard, we have Annabella, Tsubasa, Zero. With Annabella using a 3-star 2-piece Crow, 3-star 2-piece Samir, Tsubasa using a 3-star 4-piece Shiro, and Zero using a 3-star 4-piece Zero. And their max damage in a minute and 30 seconds was 16 million. And here is the 15-second rotation. Last, we have Annabella, Tsubasa, and King. With Annabella using a 3-star 2-piece Crow, 3-star 2-piece Samir, Tsubasa using a 3-star 4-piece Shiro, and King using a 3-star 2-piece Shiro, 3-star 2-piece King. And the max damage that they were able to reach in a minute and 30 seconds is 17 million. And here is the 15-second rotation. And now for the disclaimer / notice section. And the first thing I want to mention is the testing environment. Due to this being on the test server, there is a lot of input lag, and you might be able to pull off better numbers than we did. For example, Kawasa's able to pull out 60 million on the live server with his Cobalt team, whereas on the test server, he was only able to do 43 million. On top of that, for the DPS matrices, we mainly use Shiro and Samir, but Crow is better than Shiro as long as you have higher than a 70% crit rate. And due to the limited matrices available for free-to-play / low spenders, you'll notice we use Crow for some of that free-to-play testing, so you should be able to get higher values, especially outside of the cactus. 2, Annabella is just strong. Like at 0-star, she's very powerful and she can compete with Cobalt B. But if you are able to get some more Ascensions once you reach that 3-star and 5-star, especially if you have high crit rate, you can probably get some pretty good damage. Now, I'm not sure how she's going to stack with the current meta that we have right now, with physical being the best, but we'll just have to wait and see when she hits live servers. And 3, I want to talk about her matrices. Her matrices are actually pretty good because it gives you that extra dodge attempt and you get some extra crit rate, and that's mainly how her kit works. So her matrices are actually a pretty good way to help you reach that 100% crit rate, and I believe that's when she's really at her best. But do take note that using standard matrices was only 3 million under her maxed out matrices set. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and consider subscribing. I do daily guides on Tower of Fantasy to help prevent you from making mistakes in the game. But other than that, talk with you guys later.